Good morning, Cyber Warriors. We're going to write yet another function to our script. And this one is about getting all of the good users that we want to make sure that we're following and we're authorizing and we're allowing to have their accounts are enabled. All right. So let's get right to it. All right. So we're going to build on stuff that we've already done in the past. And that is getting information about users. And this is basically doing a loop. This is a while loop. We're going to actually also create a function here. And this function is called get-good-users. And this is just simply going to be collecting information from the user as to who your good users are going to be. Within each scenario, you've got your authorized users. You've got all kinds of different things. And this is just one of those possible things you want to look at. So quickly, let's go run down, right? So this is a function. And the function, we're declaring this is a function. Here is our command. It's called get-good-users. And it's already getting a variable called all-users from the get-local-user command. So let's run that really fast. So here we have all users. Boom. We've got all kinds of stuff in here. Good deal. Now, you'll notice I did something a little bit differently with this one. So instead of actually pushing the information directly with all users, I'm actually writing to the host. So we're going to go into here and we're going to write host and see the difference here. This is a much more condensed look and it has a lot less information, but this is perfect for the purposes we're going to need it for in the script. And what I'm going to do is we're going to create an array list. An array is simply a series of different strings or information that you can use and iterate through. An array list is basically just an expandable version of an array. Within PowerShell, an array is defined. If you want to expand on it, you have to basically redefine the same thing. This is just a cleaner way to do it. And I have this here is global. And so you see that like the other variable that we create just simply has, boom, this. But this, good users, I'm defining it as a global variable. And the reason for this is variables that you create inside a function only exist inside that function. So when you need to use that out of a variable, what happens is you have to tell the system this needs to be a persistent variable. This is something on the global system and has to continue to exist after the function is completed. And so we have this, we're defining it. This is how we get all of that together. Our semicolon, as you know, basically means let's do the next thing in our operation. And this is where we define our while loop. And it's asking for input, read the host, enter a valid user. And trim, all of this is really doing is it's just eliminating any spaces or any unnecessary characters at the end of that. So if you copy and paste or you import something that has a space, it automatically gets rid of that because that can wind up messing with us in the future. And it's going through, it's taking our variable or array list and it's adding the information that you just added in there, okay? And it'll continue to do that. And I need to comment this, and this is the end of the while. And this is the end of our function. Oops. I just like to have that information in there. Just makes it a lot easier for me to understand, and also someone who comes in behind you so that they understand where things are programmatically. So this portion right here acts very similarly to what we had with current variables. which just basically tells you how to bring up all of this, right? So I'm going to go ahead and save this because reasons. I'm going to copy the whole thing, and we're going to dump this directly into a clear list. You notice it didn't do anything. Why did it not do anything? Simple answer is we didn't actually call it and tell it to do anything. So we're going to run it for the first time, and it asks us for some good users, the ones we want to save and keep going forward. So I'm going to select DD and enter, and you'll notice it puts a number here, right? So this number represents the position that DD exists within the array list. So if I wanted to call specifically for that, I can do it and it'll get that information. I'll show you how to do that shortly. And I'm going to do Ragna here because reasons. And I'm just going to hit enter. And it stopped because now there's no more input, so it understands that we've reached the end. And it tells us we can use the variable good users to display the validated users. So let's go ahead and do that. And you see DD and Ragna are there. And we can do more things with that, right? So we can get local users. Where, actually, I don't want to do that. I want to do it slightly differently. I'm going to do a quick Foreach. User in, user, good users, squiggly do, and user. So what this is going to do is it's going to go through each one of the different users that are inside this array list, and it's going to get the local user with the name and the user for that we're getting, right? So we're defining this as a short-term variable as part of this string here. All right, I'm going to run it. Boom. There you go. It's gone and done all those different things. It's wonderful. Alrighty then, Cyber Warriors. We've gone through and we've added yet another function to our script, and this one is all about the good guys. And I hope you know some of the different things you can do with this. If not, we'll probably talk about it in a future video. As per always, I hope you learned something. Happy hunting, and I'll see you in the next video.